This is James Mitchell. We got your boy Mark Saeturn, artist, comic book creator of the Oriental Nights. He's here going to talk about his book he got out, another one coming soon. Want to tell us about it, Mr. Sir?
Yeah, like you said, I'm Mark Saeturn. I'm from Oakland. I'm working on this title called the Oriental Nights. It's about a kid, Simon King. He inherits a mask, an artifact or whatnot from his grandfather, and then it has like powers. And then to the right person, it awakens the genetics, the God genes, I call them. And in certain people, it'll awaken because of your lineage, like whether you're tied to somebody from the past or some historical figure that used to wear it or was granted that power. So anyway, there's tons of artifacts that's scattered through the planet or all over the planet, and then as people like find it, if the right person gets a hold of it, then they can transcend into like almost like a demigod, pretty much, you know. Like pretty much this story is like a retelling of the Monkey King. You know, his name is Simon King, and he's pretty much the Monkey King reincarnated, like, and being told in my version or whatever. There are other people who gets the powers, and there are other, you know, powerful beings that's from all kinds of stories from around the world. You know, not like Medusa or Hercules or whatever. I'll, you know, work that into my storyline as well.
So you're the artist and the writer.
Yeah, I basically write, I draw, paint, and do everything to make the book complete and stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Then, you know, as always, good versus evil, and but my story here, he's not always a hero. He's your average guy, you know, trying to make it in this post-apocalyptic world that he lives in.
I kind of like it when you got the average dude, because like I don't like Superman because he's like too powerful. I kind of like when you get an average dude and give him powers, because it's more relatable.
Yeah, because that way you can actually see a human side, you know, where he's not always going to be this goody two-shoe guy that's going to do the right thing all the time, because, you know, everybody like you and me, we're all fallible, you know, we want to drink alcohol, we want to party, right? So that's the way he is. He's, you know, it's just that he happens to, you know, be granted, you know, like a little gift or whatever.
Alright, so you're independent publishing.
Mm-hmm.
You're using what website we're using?
I'm using Comic Press.
Comic Press.
Yeah, to print my comics. That's, I mean, I pitched the story to like conventions and to different publishers, but you know, it's very difficult to get into the mainstream. It's very difficult.
Yeah, I know you've been trying for a minute. How long you been doing like the comic book stuff?
I've been doing it off and on, but it wasn't until like I got out of college and we were working at you know, a FedEx or whatever, and then I met some guy who actually was drawing. His name is Ed, right? So he actually inspired me to retry or, you know, try to get back into the whole comic thing. Because for a while, you know, I was discouraged and stuff, so I was like, I kind of gave up, you know. I was like, you know what, you know, I'm just gonna work and, you know, give up my dreams. But then, like, when I met him, I was like, okay, you know, this guy is doing it. I remember how I felt, so I can get into the groove and doing it again. And then I started marching back into doing this, and then, like, I've tried, like, several times at conventions and stuff to pitch this stuff. Like I used to make copies of it at, you know, Kinko's or whatever myself, so I'd make a mock-up book of it, but it didn't seem to get anywhere, so so I just went online to try to find like an independent publisher and do it myself, you know.
Alright, so this guy, as I heard you and him got another project side thing you're working on, kind of?
Yeah, we're working on a story he actually thought of, Ouroboros. It's in production. He was working on it for a while, but like I don't know what happened, but he just, I guess, put it aside, and he picked up a new project. He's running with Strict 9 right now to try to make it a book.
And you said you used to go to like the cons and like do little portfolio reviews and stuff.
Yeah, that was heartache. You go there and then you turn a corner and it's like this long, huge line, wrapping around like several corners of the building or whatever, and then you waste your whole day sitting there just to go up to the guy, and then like some jackass, editor or whatever, all he does is write or whatnot, try to critique your artwork and try to tell you, hey, your hands aren't drawn as good, or your figure's not drawn as good, and then you're like, how about these other 100 issues you guys published? Look at this crap that you guys published, but you guys want to grill somebody about some stuff like that. But whatever, they're in position of power, so what they say go.
I remember it was like the last WonderCon that was in San Francisco a couple years ago.
Before they got money hungry and decided they could make more money out in LA. Yeah.
Me and you went there, and you and Izzy went to the portfolio review. And I didn't see you pretty much the whole day because I was going around. I was having fun. He was in the line over there.
Yeah, like I said, we wasted the whole day. We sat there the whole day to get our portfolios looked at, and it went nowhere. I mean, like for some people, it goes well. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Some people it goes well, but pretty much it's hard. You gotta sit there for hours and waste hours of your life just to have some guy critique your work and stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, do you think that it would be worth your time more to go and try and, like, instead of spending time in the portfolio reviews, to try and push your stuff independently instead of wasting the time to get it published, to get picked up by one of the other guys?
It can work. I mean, if you're really good and you have like a real super talent that stands out from everybody, it'll work. But if you want to get out there and you just want to do your own thing and you don't really want to take the advice of these people, because like sometimes the way they want things is mainstream and you don't want to go mainstream, you don't want to look like mainstream, then you go independent yourself, because it's not always about great artwork. It's sometimes about creativity. Sometimes it's more like the characters that people like, so who knows, if you actually have enough creativity or make it something interesting enough where you get a following, depending, even if it's independently printed, then I'm pretty sure their eyes are watching, so, and if they notice that your stuff is, popular, of course they're gonna buy into it. Like YouTube, all those people that got these channels, there's tons of people doing YouTube, but then, like, you'll see some, and they'll have a good thing going, right? Like some kind of skit, and they get picked up, see? So that's my feeling towards independent press, You just get your stuff out there to show that you can finish a book, to show that you can do it, and then if your creativity or your idea, sparks, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. But, like I said, if you're really good and you want to be somebody's dog, you can't go to those portfolio reviews.
All right, that's some wise words from Mark Saeturn. We're going to take a break after these messages and be right back. Artist, creator of the Oriental Nights. We're going to talk about WonderCon a bit. WonderCon used to be started in Oakland, went to San Francisco, then they decided to move it down to Anaheim, which is like in a totally different area where a lot of people can't go to it. They used to go to it now. You got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I I hated the thought that they went down to LA because I always felt like, you know, WonderCon was the Northern California's convention, you know. But now they wanted to move it down south, but they already have Comic-Con down there, you know. I mean, financially, I can see you doing it, but, you know, like, that doesn't mean that, you know, everybody else up here likes the idea of, you know, having to travel all the way down to Anaheim for a convention that started out here, you know.
Yeah, and then somebody pointed out to me that, like, between Oakland and San Francisco, it's been in the Bay Area for 25 years. And then they just want to move it down there instead of creating a whole other thing that's kind of like riding off the name that the Bay Area built for it.
Yeah. And you know, and they're also taking on the success of Comic-Con and, you know, popularity of Comic-Con, because they see, you know, how Comic-Con generated all this buzz. They got, like, all this stuff that doesn't even have to do with comic books, but, you know, like movies or whatever. And I think they just want a piece of that, you know. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's all based off of money, because even
Everything
like the first year they moved it to Anaheim, they said that it was because of, like, it was booked.
Yeah.
But I was over there and there was nothing there. I went the day that it was, that WonderCon was happening in Anaheim, I went to San Francisco and there was nothing in Moscone Center.
I know. They said that they're restructuring or rebuilding Moscone Center, but we know that's not true. So, you know, they just wanted to try to go down there and see if they could, you know, get some, you know, well, more revenue down there, just like Comic-Con did. That's pretty much it. You know? And they stayed down there, right?
Yeah, it's been 2 years down there.
They stayed down there.
But then I read some on the internet, you know, how reliable the internet is.
That's the truth, though. It's on the internet. It's the truth.
But they got some rumors. They got one rumor that's supposed to be coming back to San Francisco. They got another rumor that they might start two, one up here and one down there.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And they got even another rumor I just read, which I think might be like, I think it's a horrible idea, is to change Ape into WonderCon, but then like you're gonna kick out all the independent people, which I think that's
yeah. I went to Ape before. I mean, Ape is totally different, yeah. So I don't.
Yeah, that's why I think that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, because everybody knows and goes to Ape for one reason, you know, to see the independent guy.
Yeah.
So, and then now you're gonna try to, you know.
Bring in all the Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it won't be it probably won't be like
steal their limelight or whatever, you know, you call it. Yeah.
Let's see Lou Ferrigno over there. all the celebrities.
And the guy that used to play the sheriff in Dukes of Hazzard, don't forget him.
I seen what's the black dude from the Bruce Lee movie? He was Jim Jones.
Yeah.
I went to WonderCon. I went down to Anaheim this year, all the way down there. It was a long drive, a long car ride. I went down there, and I seen some washed up celebrities. It was pretty fun though, but I would rather it be in up here in the Bay Area than go down there. And I'm probably not gonna go down there this year. Like I should have just saved my money and go to Comic-Con if I can get a ticket instead. Because if you're gonna travel over there, you might as well go to Comic-Con.
You might as well go to the biggest one. You know, see everything, right? See everything or nothing, if you're lucky.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's like getting the tickets. It's like pretty hard. It's like sold out. How long does it take to sell out online?
Maybe about like 30 minutes or so, I would guess. Yeah, as soon as they say it's open.
Yeah, so you gotta be like sitting by the computer, like ready to push the button.
And you're ahead of time too. Don't forget, you're ahead of time too. Yeah.
So you gotta buy. You gotta pre-order. You can't just go down there. You can buy a ticket though, can't you?
You could buy 1 day passes, but you can't get like the 4 or 5 day passes.
Yeah.
Or you could scout tickets.
that's a good way to come up with some money though.
I went there one year on a spur of the moment thing, and that's what we had to do. We had to stand outside. Hey, I'll buy your badge on you.
Like wait till somebody's leaving.
And sleep in a Roach motel, because every hotel was like $600 a room or it's booked. So yeah, forget about it if you're not gonna plan ahead of time.
Yeah, that's what they do. They like raise up all the prices, everything.
Oh yeah.
Because they know it's like super big.
Yeah, because this is the biggest thing in town. I mean, like every hotel is pretty much sold out, unless you go to the outskirts and sleep in the Roach motels or whatever. And even then, it might be sold out now, since it's so big. And then when I did that, I was like 10 years ago, I think. Yeah, before it got really popular, you know.
Yeah, like Comic Con is like super big now. Which like I don't know. I've never been there, but I'm wondering how many stuff is actually about comics now, and more about movies and stuff now.
I think it's a whole mix of it now. You know, before it was mostly comics, but now you got all the television shows, everything. So I mean, I guess it all ties in together. You know, like it's all about you escaping your real world and living that fantasy world for a little bit, or you know, whatever your favorite show is. You know, because they might not be comics, but you know, somebody had to create them. You know, some kind of fantasy, whether it be Walking Dead or what's the other one? The Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. So. What's that Injustice thing? Like, Injustice is just like a Mortal Kombat for DC.
Yeah, that's what it pretty much is. Like I played it at Injustice Gods Among Us. By the way, that's what we're talking about. I played it at.
Oh, are we on the camera?
Yeah, we were on.
I didn't say we're back yet.
You
didn't say we're back yet.
No, I didn't. I'm just saying. I'm just edit this stuff in however.
Okay, I thought it was.
There's gonna be just like stuff in between this or whatever.
Okay.
But Injustice Gods Among Us, I played it at WonderCon, and it's just like with Mortal Kombat. There's pretty much nothing.
Is it still having that
heroic brutality?
Yeah, the heroic finality.
They call it. It's for those that don't know. It was Mortal Kombat versus DC. So they had the Mortal Kombat dudes, they had the fatalities. That's ripping people's heads off. And the DC people, they had heroic brutalities, which they wouldn't kill nobody. They were too afraid to kill somebody, so they would just do, like Superman would like pound them into the ground, but they would still be alive. Just in their neck would be all the rest of their body would be under the ground or whatever. But another thing about that game is that like Scorpion and Sub-Zero or whatever, they got their fatalities, but those fatalities were weaker than they normally were because the DC people they didn't want the image of Superman getting his spine ripped out or whatever. So they had like weaker fatalities too.
So it's a friendlier.
Yes, it's like a friendly fatality.
Well, I can understand because you look at the DC genre and it's like they're worried kids are.
Yeah.
You know, everything's about kids, and like people can't control their kids, so they blame it on like everybody else. You know, I blame it on my kids because I blame it on all the society because my kid's over there screaming and yelling his head off. I'm the mom or I'm the dad, and I can't just backhand him.
that's people are too scared to hit their kids now.
Yeah.
Which you need to hit your kids and like take care of them. Stop trying to blame it on the video games. On the movies and on the TV and the comic books.
Straight them out. Like,
just hit your kids.
Yeah. I'll beat you. Don't you think you can act like this? Like those days are gone. Like everybody's so scared. You touch your kids and like everybody giving you the eye, like the evil eye, of death or something. Like you just created and you committed a sin or something. Like what? I'm just disciplining the guy. It's not like I'm going to the fridge, getting a beer, get hammered, and like, get your ass out here. Let me whoop your ass so I can satisfy myself.
Now that's the thing, because you got too many people. You got the alcoholic dads that just like beat their kids for no reason.
Yeah. And
they kind of ruined it for the people that just want to discipline their kids.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, I have a son, and I am like the strictest. Like, even though I myself was a very bad apple. I tell him every day, I tell him, and you know what, your pops is not like, if there was any mistake that you could make, I've already made it, and I've done it several times, and it probably did worse, when I was younger and stuff, so, I tell him, hey, you need to do this, and you need to do that. Don't look at me and don't learn from me, because you know what, I will always keep on making that same mistake. It's too late for me, man. It's too late for me. I'm gonna always be like this, cussing and all this stuff. I'm always gonna be like this, I try, but it's still gonna come out,
Yeah.
So.
But you can, like through your mistakes, you can teach him how to do better.
I constantly remind him, man. I know he hates me, and I know he hates me to death because of that. But you know what? That's my job,
Yeah. It's better than like than like letting them not like you that much than letting them go out and getting killed or something.
Yeah.
Doing something stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like, I tell them all the time, like, I told them, the last thing I want is another pain out there running around creating problems for everybody else. You're my son, and, you're not gonna go out there and be some, jerk, causing society problems. You are gonna, you're gonna listen to me, and you're gonna do these things and do it right. And I mean, of course, everybody's gonna make mistakes. Everybody's gonna make mistakes. Like I said, we're humans, so we're gonna do it. So I mean, I accept that, but I told him, you just try to use one judgment, the good judgment. Do you think it's wrong to do this? Then don't do it. Right?
Yeah.
That's just what it comes down to. Is it wrong to do this? Then don't do it. It's that simple. Is it wrong? Then don't do it.
But some people's parents just don't even tell them that, and it's just like.
Yeah,
some people's parents just don't care,
and
that's when they do whatever.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like I said, they're too worried about. Oh, look at this. This video game's too violent. Well, don't let your kids play it.
And that's another thing I don't get. It's like parents, they get mad about a violent video game. They try to ban the video game.
Yeah.
First, just don't let your kid play the video game.
Don't give them the money and go buy it.
I'm 27. I still want to play the fighting games.
Yeah.
I want to play the Call of Duty or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't just being a bad parent because you can't control your kids.
Yeah.
You're trying to blame it on something else.
Yeah. I mean, if they want to play it, fine. If you can't stop giving them money to buy the video games. At least stand there and be like, hey, you know what? This is a pretty cool video game, but you can't really do this in real life.
Yeah.
You can't hit somebody in the back of the head and rob them and take the car and drive GTA all over the place, right? So yeah, you gotta. I mean, like, if you're gonna let your 5-year-old kid play those games, then you know what? That's your fault. That's really your fault. It really is. Don't blame nobody else.
Don't try to get the game banned because I want to play that new Grand Theft Auto when it comes out. It's looking pretty sick. I don't know if you've seen it, but you got 3 different characters you can play against. Play as.
That'd be kind of cool. They should have that customizable character. You could customize your own character, so you could look hoodie if you want to, or look however you want to.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool if they did that. I played that first one, but I'm not really into the whole one player playing hella lonely kind of game. I get lonely.
He loves the most. You've been playing games online since SOCOM on PlayStation 2 on the internet. A lot of people didn't have internet on PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
This dude was doing it though. SOCOM before Call of Duty was even out.
Yeah, I remember there was like days where you wouldn't even go to sleep. Like we'd be on SOCOM from morning to the next morning. Only time you ever go or take a break is grab a sandwich, come back real quick, or go to the bathroom and come back. That's about it, man. How I wasted my life.
Now they got everybody on the Call of Duty, one of the biggest games selling.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
But back then it wasn't like when I had a PlayStation 2, when I first got mine, I was in high school, and I didn't have internet in my house. And even if I did, mom wasn't going to buy me the modem to play SOCOM or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, I played, first time I played like a game on the internet was like at school. They dudes bought Counter-Strike and installed on the computers. And we used to play like big ass games of Counter-Strike in the school.
Hey, at least you got to play video games in school, man. I never played video games in school.
I've played a lot of it. I used to bring a Dreamcast to school and we used to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Only time we ever played video games is when we went to things called arcades. Arcades.
That's the thing in the past, the arcades.
Yeah,
They got like one per state, I think is the rule. They don't allow them anymore or something.
At a carnival or something, right?
Yeah. The arcade machines. Mark Saeturn. We're going to talk about one of my favorite shows. I know you really love the show. It's called The Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. That's like every nerd's fantasy, like, show come true or whatever you want to call it, man. Yeah.
For those that don't know, it's based off a book. Like, it's a series of books called The Song of Fire and Ice. And it's about, like, medieval type of castles and dragon type medieval stuff. But it's like lightweight porno. It's more. It's not. It's like you got softcore porn and hardcore porn, and then Game of Thrones is in the middle somewhere. Well, just enough good story that you keep watching it afterwards. That you can get like a girl or a wife or someone to watch it with you, and you don't have to be like, he's watching porn. I'm not watching porn. It's Game of Thrones.
You both can enjoy without feeling dirty.
Yeah. It's like for the whole family.
Yeah. So when the kids come out, it kind of, hey, look at the games over there or something, shoo them away for a little bit.
So we got, what is it? The third season is about to come up. I don't know when it's coming up, but the 2 seasons finished.
Yeah, I think maybe like in November, I would say, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's late though.
But like the first season, they got a lot of people dying in this show. I never read the books, but I don't know. People that read the books know who dies and what when they do. But there's a lot of people dying, like main characters. You got like people. You got finance bitches dying. You got dudes dying. You got
kings dying.
Yeah, kings dying.
Yeah, because like the last season, I was like, what?
I know. Yeah.
What the hell happened, man? They just got slaughtered. I was like, what?
That was one of my favorite characters. I don't want to say any names because I don't want to spoil nothing. But the one dude, he was there with his mom, and that was one of my favorite characters. He got killed. I was sad.
Man, yeah, I was like, what? I said I couldn't believe it, man. That was such a shocker to me. I was like, I can't believe this, And all this time, I was rooting for Joffrey to die, man.
Yeah,
I hate that little bastard. I hate that little bastard, man.
Yeah, that's like the one character who was like, everybody wants to die.
Yeah.
Everybody else is dying around him. We just want them to kill him. Somebody told me they're like, he's gonna die in the second season. I was waiting for it to happen, and he didn't.
Somebody lied to
you. Yeah, somebody lied to me.
But then again, when they transfer stuff from books to movies,
they change it. Yeah,
and they change it a little bit, So you never know.
Yeah, I kind of like it when they change it because then you don't like if you read the book, you wouldn't want to watch it if it was exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I like it when they like change adaptations and stuff.
Yeah. Who you rooting for to win that throne?
Oh no! See now if you haven't seen the show right now, it's kind of late. So we're gonna just say the names and you spoil it for you because the season is done. Wait for the third season now. But I liked Rob Stark. Mm-hmm. He died, right? Mm-hmm. That was like my top dude. I kind of like the little girl with the sword, Arya.
Oh man, I love her.
Yeah,
man.
that's like my favorite character now.
I love her. I love the fire she has, man.
Yeah, she's like ready to kill somebody.
Not like her stupid sister.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I slapped that girl so many times. Like, why are you so stupid? I want to do like one of those rock things where I send my hand back here and spit it way back here, catch it, and just bring it out. It's like, can you smell what the rock's cooking, man? God, man, that girl's so stupid, man. Yeah. But that's what I'm talking about. Character development. That when somebody when somebody really hates that character or really loves that character, then the artist or the creator has done his job.
Yeah, that's how you know when you can get people like feeling like when the little whole family got slaughtered and that thing. I was like really feeling. I was like, I'm kind of mad right now.
I know.
This is a TV show. This is that's how you like a good story.
I wanted to pull out my sword. Yeah.
I was getting heated over there.
Yeah, I was really mad. I was like, oh my God. And the way they died too, and the mom too, right?
Yeah,
the way the mom got
she had to see everybody die first.
Yeah, I was like, wow. Wow.
But they got some controversy, some racial controversy. The little dragon girl, the extra white girl.
Uh-huh.
It was
Khaleesi?
Khaleesi. It was like the last episode, one of the last episodes of the second season. She like frees all those people. Mm-hmm. And it's all brown looking people. And she walks into the middle and they're like all praising her. So people think it's kind of racist because it's got the one white lady and it's all the brown people all praising her.
Uh-huh. I mean, I didn't really see it that way, but she's been walking around freeing everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know. I mean, like, I guess if you're paying attention to that kind of stuff, you see it, but I don't see that stuff because I don't really pay attention because, you know what? I'm looking at her. Sorry.
We're talking about the girl, I can't remember her name. Khaleesi.
Yeah.
But she got some nice
mother
titties.
Of dragons, yeah.
Yeah, the mother of dragons.
Yeah.
But I read something that I guess fame got to her head, but she said she doesn't want to do any more nude scenes, the actress.
I mean, I have noticed that there's no more nude scenes for her.
she got I guess everybody starts liking her.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting famous now. She doesn't want to do any more nude scenes. Because in the very first season,
She had no problem, right?
she had some big ass, some dude bigger than me.
Yeah,
This little tiny girl. He was destroying it. He was destroying her. And it was very entertaining as story-wise to watch. So now I guess she got a little fame now, and she's done with the little nude scenes.
I mean, I guess if she has the power, then once you get the power, you can do whatever you want. She is the mother of dragons.
She's got the dragons now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually rooting for her to win the throne, but who knows? She might die next season. You know?
They'll kill anybody.
Yeah, they'll kill anybody. You know, so at any time. So who knows? You know. So that she's my favorite to win the thing. But I mean, the only other dude I like is
I like the
Snow.
dude. Yeah,
Jon Snow. I like him. I like his personality. You know, like the way he is. I mean, I know he's not gonna be, king or nothing, but
he might be. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true too. Cause he is the.
He's the.
He is. Wait. He's the. Is he the last son?
No,
of
there's
the Starks.
The rightful guy to the throne right now. He remember the red lady kidnapped him. He was like a whore. He's the king's son from a whore or whatever.
Yeah.
So people don't know. But he's like the rightful king right now.
Yeah.
So they're trying to kill him.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as the Starks go, right?
Jon Snow is
the last son, right?
He's the oldest.
No. Wait, there's the little kid, the handicapped kid.
The handicapped kid, but Jon Snow is the oldest though.
Yeah.
So he would be, if the Starks take it, he would be the king if they win, I guess.
Yeah. I haven't read the book and I won't read the book.
I don't plan on reading the book. We're being honest. I'm gonna be honest. If it doesn't have pictures and I'm not learning anything from it, I'm really not reading it.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that in the future that for some reason I feel like that little kid that has the little power.
Yeah, he can see vision and stuff.
I'm thinking that either he's gonna be the downfall of Khaleesi, or he's gonna be the right hand of Khaleesi, because he has two paths he can choose. He can choose to work with her or work against her, because remember he has that power to be able to jump into the minds of anything.
He's kind of like the most powerful at this point. Like him and Khaleesi, they're kind of she got the dragons, he got his power.
But he can jump into the dragon.
Yeah, and that'll be all bad then.
And that'll be all bad, right?
Yeah.
Because see, once he gets into the dragon, now nothing's gonna stop him, because now he's got the mind of a human being and the brawn of a dragon, right?
Yeah.
Wow. You think about that. It's like if she was his right hand man, that would be off the chain.
Yeah.
Total destruction, right? Total destruction right there. Because a beast without a brain isn't that.
Yeah, this guy's the power, but it's not gonna intelligently attack.
Attack you and strategically destroy everybody in your whole village, right? But once a person jumps into that, it changes, So we'll see. It should be exciting. I can't wait.
One more thing I want to talk about with Game of Thrones. It was somewhere in the second season. You got the little. This is not the correct term, but he's the dwarf guy. He's like he's a Lannister.
Yeah, he's the small little Lannister.
Yeah, and he has like the servant. First of all, I can't remember his name. Tyrion.
Yeah, Tyrion's his name. Yeah.
Tyrion, yeah. So he's always got a bunch of whores with him, right? And he has this one servant guy, and for one reason or another, I can't remember why, but Tyrion sends his little servant to the whorehouse, and he says, "Go have a whore," and he gives him some money. He gives him a bag of gold. He says, "Go to the whore and go have you some fun." And the dude goes to the whorehouse, and then he comes back and he says, "No, they gave me the money back. They said I was so good they gave the money back." I don't know if you saw that one.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, and then everybody was gathering on taking notes. What did you do? That he gave the gold back. Well, so I thought that was a pretty funny part.
That was funny. That was funny. Because I guess he's one of those guys. The silent guys, right? The silent type that packs a big
can
wall
put it
over there. I mean, like he had what? I think like
He had like
3 or 4,
yeah.
and they all paid him. So he gotta be doing something right.
Yeah.
He's gotta be doing something right.
He got like some secret talent.
Yeah. Maybe he's got extra long tongue. Or something. Maybe he's half lizard.
He got that lizard tongue.
Lizard tongue.
We got Mark Saeturn, creator of the Oriental Nights. You can check out his book on theorientalnight.wordpress.com. This was the first episode. We're going to come back with more. You can check it out on theundergroundpost.com. You can follow me on Twitter @SilentShadow. And stay tuned for next time.